Because in America, using force to physical force to do anything is called mafia stuff.
Second time I heard Eric
No, but this is exactly.
He can
A group of 3 rabbis in Muncie, they hired quietly Italians and they went to jail. One went to 9. But again, the problem is men, ego. So the halacha says, you married, you divorced, your brother died.
He's like the other side of that, playing devil's advocate.
Good morning.
Okay, tell Rabbi Prague.
We're starting, it's like a contingent of yesterday, but it's today, the first time I think we'll have Yabamot also. Go בשולחן ערוך, הלכות קידוש לבנה. But Joseph, you understand the problem? Professor Eliach spoke once in Germany, in Poland. They have no problem with the Germans, they have a problem with the men. How can a locomotive driver know that it takes 25,000 and within an hour of arrival? Look what goes on in the world. In Africa, people are by hundreds of thousands being slaughtered and no one opens them up. You're afraid about Khalitsa. It's man, it's the same rule. The root is people have a power, people want to be first, people want to be in control. Joseph, the problem is such that today when you talk to teenage girls, they say, okay, so the first marriage wouldn't go. They look at it as I can buy another car, not because of Aguna, because they realize how many divorces, how come there are so many divorces? No, because we are afraid to address it. We have a certain culture. Ashkenazim is exactly the same.
You said it also.
No,
we got
somebody last time we went to an event and they talked about how come the pro-Palestinians are so open like that, signs, that stuff. First of all, they're being paid, many of them are paid. Second of all, Soros is sending all kinds of money to fund all these protests.
The Jew is funding him, and his son is worse.
I mean, what is even a Jew? A Jew means a piece of garbage. The Gemara said the Jew is the worst human being unless he's being educated like the Jews are the worst in history because they have the power of, or the potential power to become very good. Remember the Gemara says it was Rabbi Yochanan Mezaka, the Gemara in Ketubot. So the daughter of one of the mega wealthy people ever existed, how she's begging for food. Says, Ashrechem Israel, you're lucky Jews. בזמן שאתם עולים, אתם עולים מעלה מעלה. בזמן שאתם יודעים, מה זה אשריכם? אשריכם ישראל, what? The answer is they have a great potential either to be a top. In history, we suffer much more in Israel than the Israelis now than the Palestinians. With the war, we can finish.
Truth is, in Israel, the left is more adamant than anything you ever saw. I mean,
again, why? Because
they want to tear down the government. That's all they want to tear down the government. They're not really that an issue.
But to tear means to tear. Yeah. Everyone is afraid now on the brink of real civil war. Yes. Yeah. Why? Because
that's what brought this problem on, and now we're right back to it. I mean, we think
so obviously something is going on. But right. See, Joseph, it's the same root, Joseph. The Aguna, the Chalitza. People like to believe that they know what's right and they like to force it on you in the name of justice, in the name of truth. I saw my wife, she told me last night on TV, all right, two Palestinian ladies, says, I understand the Hamas might be wrong, but what give you the right to kill? I mean, I can answer it. What do you answer to a guy in Texas?
Yeah, no shot. They time showed pictures of 2 aid workers of the 7. They just after they delivered the food, they took a photo. Now they did on the front page of the Times.
You can't win that argument.
No, but to be disappointed is also a sign that this is history, the history of man. The question is, what can our little state do? What can we as human beings do?
Yeah, on the other hand, was a headline in the Times yesterday, just for what it's worth. Even though the administration is talking a lot of stuff, it says here the headline is Biden administration presses Congress on $18 billion sale of F-15 jets to Israel. The United States knows that Israel is a key ally. They can't say it. This is that world against the whole Western civilization. They know it. If Israel falls, everything falls. They know that.
And let's go to Siman Shulchan Aruch Siman Tav Chavav 426. Tav Chavav.
She's not a fan.
I said you want to get out of here?
DJ had an event in Rabbi Mansour's show, Eric Goldstein, and Rabbi Mansour had a kind of a discussion.
Those Jews always go to supper. Should you go to protest in Manhattan? The Arabs go. Unity is in name. Only time I remember everyone went to Arafat was invited. This is Arafat was invited to UN. Everyone. I mean, people said the first time.
He walked in with
Arafat,
guns on his also. They're not allowed to have.
Today it's like a joke.
But 10,000 Jews go to demonstrate. They don't do anything that will make the news. This party, and they go 100 people, they make all this noise. It's there on the news.
Shulchan Aruch says, in a minute you'll see what is. Shulchan Aruch says, הרואה לבנה בחידושה, מברך אשר במאמרו ברש חכים. זאת אומרת, theoretically speaking, חודש בעזרת השם is on Monday.
Monday night.
7 days later for you, or let's say Ashkenazim, 3 days. If I walk in the street and I see the moon, I have to stop. No one is doing it. We're waiting for a minyan. Fine. ואין לקדש החודש אלא בלילה. בעת שהלבנה זורחת, the moon is shining, and we benefit ונהנים מאורה.
Like 20 minutes after sunset.
Approximately. But the question is always, let's say early in the morning. Let's say you're praying very early in the morning. You see them.
Yeah, walking to shul in the morning.
Right, what happens if after?
It's clear.
It's after Alot HaShachar. It's after Alot HaShachar, but it's pitch black.
So
But it's still shining. It's still shining. In the morning, let's say this morning, if sunrise was approximately 6:35 or something, yes. At 5 o'clock, 5:30 was after Alot HaShachar, but you saw the.
It's permissible or not permissible?
plenty of times.
Yes, it's permissible. Yes,
Yes,
it's not. Eli is pointing out it's not the halachic day. It's only if the sun is shining. So in the afternoon, it's a bigger problem because until it gets dark, you don't really see the shine of the Levana. In the morning, it's the opposite. Look further. This is what we. Ein mevarchim al hayarech. This is Maran, remember, this is not Rama. Ein mevarchim al hayarech ela b'motzei Shabbat. If you can, try to postpone it to Saturday night. Why? כשהוא מבוסם ובגדיו נעים, you're wearing nice. Since Kiddush Levana, in the language of the Gemara, is מקבלים פני השכינה, we welcome, we talk to Hashem directly, seeing His greatness through the luminaries, אלא כשהוא מבוסם. Okay, now, look at the Rama and then we'll go to another Maran. Haga, ודווקא אם ליל מוצאי שבת הוא קודם 10 בחודש. Only if Saturday night is before the 10th. Remember, the end of Kiddush Levana is always the 15th. So if you're still living yourself,
Few days.
4 days,
Case,
אז ממתינים עד מוצאי שבת, then, okay, so remember, waiting at
you can't take
so
a risk
that's
to wait.
So waiting till Motzei Shabbat is what? He likes a Hidur mitzvah. You do it nice, remember. Because we're going to see what gives us, okay?
No, but why is it never done on Friday night? Because you're worried people are going to carry their books out.
אבל אם אחר כך, in a minute, אין ממתינים עד מוצאי שבת. If you don't have a margin of 3-4 days, just in case, שמא יהיו 2 לילות ו3 לילות העננים. Maybe it's going to be cloudy nights. ולא יראו הלבנה ויעבור הזמן, okay? Look, saying the bracha, dressed nicely, was so important, even though no one is doing it. Look in a minute. Says the Rama to the Ashkenazim, if you do it on a weekday, which most of us do, wear something nice.
Wow.
Says the Mishnah Berurah, we're not doing it. He says, nobody's Noel. אין נוהגים לדקדק. I mean, the main reason, of course, is,
Why is particularly that beracha has got to be with the minyan or with dressing it nicely, but so many other berachot?
no, it's because the name of the mitzvah is Mekablim et Pnei HaShekhinah. It's the only time that we look up to the luminaries who really shows us the greatness of Hashem, and we're making the bracha. So look now, go 2 pages, go to Seif Gimel, Larry. Seif Gimel, the same siman.
Rabbi, does dressing nice mean putting on, like,
Putting
We
a
go-
jacket, let's
I'm
put it
saying if
this
we
way.
go to work and we dress presentable,
right,
is
right.
that considered nice? Or
Right.
we just put something more on?
He meant,
Not
most
shorts,
people,
not shorts, just
most
naked.
people were,
Rabbi, or you said they're farmers and things.
right.
Rabbi,
Rabbi Prague,
In half a second, yes.
Remember, nice minhag, after they say Birkat Rabbanan, they say, well,
We
they say to
dance,
each
we
other,
dance.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
Many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say it
So
also.
one time, I didn't know, so someone saying to me, and I didn't know I'm supposed to answer him back.
You say,
So he was waiting, I didn't know.
What am I supposed to say?
I remember during COVID, I had a problem. So of course, I said the bracha by myself, but I have to meet 3 people. I was waiting
Oh.
like 5 minutes in the street.
Till
Yeah,
I
someone
saw
prays.
someone and I ran to him. He said, and I gave him introduction. Don't come near me. I'm not coming near you. Shalom Aleichem. I mean, everyone knows if you're
Right,
community
custom.
what it means.
Wow.
And I remember, Mamash, I had to wait on the block to see a man come.
Come out.
No one there. Look at Seif Gimel. Ad Eimatai Mevarchim Alei until. Told you go a page later. Go a page. עד מתי מברכים עליה עד תציין מיום המולד. So, okay, until the end of 15, ולא תציין בכלל, fine. Now, listen carefully. Here is where the Sephardic custom comes to make the beracha later. Yes, here. אין מברכים עליה, you see, עד שיעברו 7 ימים. Which means you'll never make
So 7 days.
ברכת 7, no, not after Rosh Chodesh, after the rebirth of the moon. I mean, sometimes it's like half a day later, or fine. Now look a second. I told you.
what about mitzvah?
Yes,
What about mitzvah baliyatcha al tach mitzena?
going to be our topic. So we're going to see
Because-
a few different mitzvot.
You're like, which ones?
Fools play again. Here, this is what is the source of this halakha of 7 days? Look a second on the top right. Ba'er HaGola, you see? It says the Ba'er HaGola, Hari G. Dikaria, Baal Sha'arei Ora B'Tshuva. Basically, it's a Kabbalistic book. You realize? This halakha, to wait 7, it's based on Kabbalah, and the Hasidim are exactly like you. They'll never, ever.
Do it early.
Now, what's the problem? If Larry is asking if I can do it earlier, what gives me the right to postpone it? Let's see. Okay.
We're so used to doing things in a specific manner at a specific time, and
Remember, but it's set already. It's set.
What's the difference between Ashkenazi and
Hasidim do exactly like you. They would never say
He would do it 3 days.
before.
We
We wait 7.
7 days.
Seven.
3.
Then-
Ashkenazi
In a minute. Look now. Look Mishnah Berurah now. Look Mishnah Berurah Chaf. Larry, Mishnah Berurah Chaf. עד שיעברו 7, ורוב האחרונים, רוב פליגל, when he says רוב means a majority, if you want to see names, if the names, it's מגן אברהם, תז פרי חדש, which is Sephardic, ושאר האחרונים, וכן מבואר מיד רמה. The major האחרונים disagree, why? ולדעו, על כל פנים לאחר 3 ימים, מעת לעת המולד. In my shul, this is what you do. All the Ashkenazim in Israel do it this way. 72 hours after the rebirth of the moon.
So the rebirth of the moon is how much after Rosh Chodesh?
Normally a few hours.
Oh, so that's.
Rosh Chodesh normally the rebirth comes before. The rebirth is always 29 days and 12 hours. After last month. Remember, every month is 29 and a half days.
Yeah.
We cannot do it. So we do 30 or 29. Okay.
But the
But
majority
the molad is the real rebirth of the moon, which is always, yes.
majority is the 3 days or the 7 days. Like who's on which side?
As I'm telling you,
No,
the Hasidim and the Sfaradim
No,
knew
but the
7.
majority of which are the post game?
Oh,
3 days or 7 days?
3.
Yeah,
Three.
so
No,
Sephardim
the-
are the minority.
No, why is it important to you to know? Let's say you're in Finland. In Finland, they tell you at this time of the year, rarely you'll see it.
Yeah.
So of course you're not going to wait 7 days.
Yeah, right.
Why, because of the weather or because
No,
of?
because of the weather. Tell you, it's cloudy at this time of the year. During the winter, no, look further. שנהנים כבר מאוד, ולדידו על כל פנים לאחר 3 ימים מעת לעת, means 72 hours, שנהנים כבר מאורה, יש לברך עליה ואין להחמיץ המצווה. אכן, now, says משנה ברורה, if the 3rd of the month, which is 72 hours after the rebirth of the moon, ובאחד מימי השבוע, let's say it's on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, he's suggesting to me, נכון להמתין עד מוצאי שבת הבאה. Why? It's only the 3rd. You have 3 or 4 days. The maximum will be 6, 7. The question is why?
When you could do it sooner rather than later, however, therefore push it later.
Right, so he continues now. וכמה האחרונים, here is כמה, some, והגר"א, מקילים אף באופן זה וסברה, ואין כדאי להשעות המצווה בכל גבנה. Remember this concept now. Don't delay the mitzvah. If halachically, remember, forget now the Kabbalah. Halachically, you can do it, even though it's nice to do it on Saturday night because you are dressed nicely. So here's a new concept, shehuye mitzvah, delaying, postponing, even though I'm doing it to improve. No machine.
Don't delay it.
So he says,
Rabbi Prag, here that's how they do it. In the Chorva, they do it like the night after the Molad. The night after the Molad, they'll do it. That night. They won't even wait 3 days.
you
Like the
mean
Gra.
that, hear what he's saying? He's saying,
They won't even do it like the Gra.
saying in Yerushalayim,
The Gra, but they won't even wait 3 days.
by the foul, they're not even
Wait
waiting.
3 days.
Hear this? They're not even waiting 3 days. Say,
Or
Yaakov.
Shabbat though, or
What?
just in
Right.
general. Or if Shabbat is
No,
you
he
know,
said
it's
the
supposed to-
Garden,
it's
which
Shabbat day
means
after-
let's say 24 hours after the rebirth of the moon is Thursday night.
They'll still say
What
Thursday
can
night.
happen? This is Israel. It's about Israel now. Yes,
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear. Now it's clear.
Summer, winter, doesn't matter. That's because they follow the Gra. That was the
But-
Gra.
Night also?
No one does it.
No one, even though, so even in this case,
Only
they
if the
won't.
last day you're stuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that there was
No,
the
that's right.
whole week.
This is
And
what
that
it
was
is.
a day or 2 days after Rosh Hashanah.
Right.
Would you say it was
Like
after
if you have,
I wanted to say-
you say it with a bracha. Everyone agrees that 24 hours after the rebirth, mutar להגיד the bracha. It's a Kabbalistic reason to wait 7 or at least 7. This is exactly. Look what he says. Look what he says
I
further.
ended up saying it.
Look what he says further. ועל כן הנוהג כן, יש לו על מה לסמוך, here David, בפרט בימי החורף, in the winter, when it's rainy, בוודאי הזריז לקדש, הרי זה משובח.
Better do it. So.
Now, here's something fascinating.
Now, do we all agree though the 15th is he doing mitzvah? That's
It's
that's when
nothing to
it's
do, it's a surah.
That's the end.
no,
That's
not at the end. When it's the bright, it's a full moon though. When it's
Yeah,
well, I
but-
mean, not 3 days. I'm saying
Maran-
7 days. 7 days he doing mitzvah as opposed to 3 days. Is that the point?
They do that to 11 days, Mosai Shabbat. על פי קבלה, okay, let's say 7
Let's
is
say
they
3
do.
to
Good,
7.
good, good.
3 to
7
7
is,
is that
7 is they do. Like it, okay.
7 is he do it to
In a
3.
minute, in a minute. Okay.
So 137, that everybody agrees when.
Now,
that's
take
time.
the Rambam.
But Prague,
Everybody agrees when the end day, the last day.
Yeah,
is.
everyone
So
agrees.
137.
but Prague,
Yes, this is the
the
reason why
Ram,
it is up at 2. I'm sorry, yes.
but the Rambam says, Shekolam Varecha Lachodesh Bismano.
We are
What?
going to the Rambam first in Chod Chalitza because some people here were learning Yevamot.
What's Chalitza?
Oh, no, I purposely wanted to bring it to show you that even Yevamot it can be used. The Trumat Hadesh, and listen, this is something fascinating. There is a Mishnah, listen to this before we look. There is a Mishnah that says that if a woman's husband died without kids, let's say he left 3 brothers, the mitzvah here, this is, remember the comparison now. the mitzvah is to ask the older brother to do it. If he's not there, or the mashal, let's say in the Megillat Ruth, you remember, okay, it's only mashal. Boaz and an uncle. So Boaz says to Ruth, I cannot. First priority is the same halacha. Let's look at the Rambam. I have the Ivamot, but let's look at the Rambam. פרק ב' מלכות ייבום הלכה ו' ז', פרק ב', רמב"ם ספר נשים, ספר נשים, פרק ב' מלכות ייבום, yes, פרק ב' מלכות ייבום הלכה ו'.
Are we jumping to that?
No, Joseph, this is exactly the point. No, you're not going to trouble. No.
But if one of the brothers took
Okay, if he does, he does. פרק ב' הלכה עיר, פרק ב' הלכה ו'. If you have, honey, you have my Rambam, the same thing.
No.
By you it's page 6. So you have to look on top. It says Yibum. You see, this is Yishut. Yishut is married. Right after you have Rambam begins Hilchot Yishut, which is Kiddushin, then the divorce, unfortunately. Then Yibum and Chalitza, you look to page 6. 12, look to 6. Look in Halacha Vav. Please listen carefully. מי שמת והניח אחים רבים, person died and he has few brothers. מצווה על הגדול לייבם. We give the first proposal to the older brother, או לחלוץ, שנאמר, והיה הבכור אשר תלד. As everyone knows, if you listen to the Parashat in the summer, we think הבכור אשר תלד, the one, והיה הבכור. The Bechor is the first one. You realize if you read the pasuk, Bechor Asher Taled goes on. Ve'ayah Bechor, yes, he is the one who is given the first chance. Mipia Shemuah Lamedu, Halacha Torah Sheba'al Peh.
What's the Bechor? What if the Bechor died and the oldest one? Why do they have Bechor?
No,
The next oldest, the next eligible one.
Mipia Shemuah Lamdu. שאינו מדבר אלא בבכור שבאחים ג'וזף your question. כלומר גדול האחים. The oldest one יקום על שם אחיו המת.
And Rabbi, if the oldest one is married,
וזה שנאמר אשר תלד, משמעו אשר ילדה האם. You realize? הבכור אשר תלד is the בכור of the mothers. The mother gave birth to that.
He carries the name.
ואין משמעו להריוהיר אשר תלד היבמה. You can make a quiz and many people will know מה פירוש הפסוק. Okay. לא רצה, הלכה זין.
Wait a minute, can you explain that again? I'm not.
Okay, I was trying to go fast. No, the Rambam says.
Let's go back to that in Devarim. What happened there?
Okay, what happened? If this is the question, we have no problem. The person died without kids, we check, and his wife doesn't have any kids, and he didn't father a kid nowhere. So his wife, in order to get remarried, has to get either Yibum, which means someone marries her, or Chalitza. The Yibum has to be done by brothers from the father only. And the Mishnah is saying that the priority is to go to the elder brother. If not, you go to the next. If all of them refuse, or as Eli said before, one jumps ahead, okay, you can ruin everything.
and even if the older one is married,
But
he's
the
still
main
obligated.
reason we spend time is I want you to realize this is the Hidu. Again, each brother can do it. Right?
Yeah.
Each brother. I can say Kiddush Levana from after 24 hours.
Best have the older
But I'm preferring 3, 7, which I Shabbat good. Let's continue a second.
Could you but I'm still not understanding what you diuk on that Bechora Sher Teleid means.
Oh, no, if you look at the Pasuk,
I am.
Ask everyone in every school, and many rabbis you didn't know about what. The first child is going to be named after the deceased. The Rambam is telling you a new pshat. The elder brother that the mother of the brothers gave birth to, she is the one to make the Yibum. You realize this is how the Rambam learns, yes?
Yeah.
It's a Gemara. This is mamash. If you want to show someone how Torah Sheba'al Peh takes a pasuk And mamash.
Because he didn't have kids. So
I don't want to belabor the point. I'm not understanding. Who is who here? Who is the Bechor here?
There are four brothers, and one of them was married and died without kids.
Good.
Now, the older of the three is requested to marry
From the same father,
only brothers from the father, to marry his sister-in-law, or to give her chalitza. But first, we approach the first one, the older. If not the next, can you marry her? If each one of them says, I married my wife or throw me out of the house, or he cannot afford it, or she's not pretty, or whatever, all this ego answers that people have, she doesn't have enough money, or whatever, then we're going to chalitza. This poor lady cannot remarry unless she gets at least a chalitza.
All right, brother one decides he wants to do yibum. The wife, the widow is not so happy. Brother three says, I'll give you chalitza. Does she have a choice?
Okay. I'm not teaching about mod, but I'll show you the Rambam. No, I'll answer your question anyway. Just go back 3 pages, since it's only 3 pages. Only 3 pages. Halacha bet. Perek Aleph, halacha bet.
6 months just on halacha.
Lord,
Lo ratzah liyabel. Your case, it says no. Or shelo ratzta hi.
Yeah, she can turn it down.
She says no.
Either one has options.
She does answer.
She has the option.
She has the option. Okay, if you learn the details of it. Anyway, fine. Let's go further. Okay, remember, I'm giving you the background to see. Joseph, we're talking about Kiddush Levana, yes? This is mitzvah min Torah. Look at the Trumat Hadeshen who was before the Beit Yosef, and the Beit Yosef brings him constantly. Learn halacha Kiddush Levana from here. This is really what Talmud is about.
Wow.
Let's continue.
Where are you going back to now?
I'm sorry. Okay, it's Perek Bet. Bet Perek Bet. Okay.
Halacha.
Halacha Tet now. Go to Tet. Please listen carefully. וכן, אם היה הגדול במדינה אחרת. If the elder brother is in Russia and we are in America, אין אחיו הקטן יכול לומר על אחיו הגדול הוא המצווה. The second brother cannot say, Rabotai, the mitzvah is on my older brother. Let's wait a few months. He went on a business trip to China. Let's wait for it. אין הקטן יכול לומר על אחי הגדול המצווה, המתינו לו. Let's wait for him. Again, listen to the case now. מוצאי Shabbat, the 7th, the 3rd is my older brother. Yes, let's wait. Remember, I am in line if he says no. But he is there. Let's wait for him. אין הקטן יכול לומר המתינו לו, אלא אומרים לו לזה שהוא כאן יבם או חלום. Do it.
But how much time did they give him in this case?
Good. But you realize, listen carefully to the language of the Rambam.
Because the Kiddush HaChodesh disappears. The brother doesn't disappear.
It's a good question. Wait. It says here, אם היה הגדול במדינה אחרת. מה זה מדינה אחרת?
Right.
The definition.
In a modern terminology, מדינה אחרת is a different state. Today it's a joke. He might be in Antarctica within 24 hours and we can bring him. In the time of the Gemara, it means, this is my interpretation, a month or weeks at least. Now comes the Trumat Hadeshen. Listen, Trumat Hadeshen says, here it is, שממתינים בקידוש לבנה עד מוצאי שבת. It says only if the older brother is very far. But if he's not far, but we still have to wait.
So how many days till
whatever, but if it's not long distance, it says clearly from the Rambam and the Gemara that you wait for the older brother. Why? I have the younger brother now.
But
why should
the moon can disappear, but the brother will come eventually.
No. So he's saying, let's go now. He's saying, making Kiddush Levana on Saturday night is similar to the brother not being in Russia or in Antarctica. He's far away. Remember, forget now, we have planes now. Let's assume days and weeks. He says, you see clearly.
Yeah, but Rabbi, there's a difference. The difference is you've told me in Israel. I'm sorry.
It's a concept. It says, of course, there is a difference. Look at the concept. The concept is.
Yeah, but the
if-
brother may not make it. The brother may not make it from this short distance. I have something in my hand.
Maniacs and people with a super ego. We are talking about a regular person. The Torah says, let's give the woman chalitza or ibum. The man that should have, the hidur is to do it, is the older brother. He's not around. Should we push away a mitzvah that can be done now, today, in the morning, to another week because it's nicer to do? This is exactly our case.
Because logic would say yes, because if it's mitzvah for the woman, there's a woman involved here. There's a
This
woman.
is-
In Birkat HaLebanah, it's me and me. It's not two people.
Assuming now that the woman says, whatever the halacha wants, I'm fine. We're asking now on us in charge
Timing.
of
And who?
performing or enforcing halacha. Says the Trumat Hadeshen.
What's that position?
No, so he
Don't wait, don't wait.
the Marshal,
I like the concept of freeing the woman, Rabbi. I like to free the woman.
Because
That
you-
moment.
live in the same jungle that I live also. We're talking about a normal society. There's no shred of a doubt that the woman will be mutar anyway. There's no shred of a doubt, not 0.09.
Point is, we don't postpone.
This is the point.
So we say Birkat HaLebanah right away,
so
don't wait for Mosei
So
Shabbat.
he's saying
And on the same thing, I would make Birkat HaLebanah too soon if it was right in my hand. It was in my hand.
which is a longer time.
Oh.
If it's around, then it's a question of few days.
Wait.
No, you say the opposite.
How am I doing that comparison? Because it's never more than a few days to
Okay,
Birkat
so the
HaLebanah,
few-
so we can make a comparison.
Okay,
We're gonna say
relative.
Chodesh is like 6 days here.
No, but
You know what I'm saying? You have to make
this is why we saw the Mishnah Berurah. If it's not cloudy, if it's a Tuesday,
These
I
are
mean, this
variables.
is
These are
exactly,
variables. But
it's
otherwise,
based on
one's a
that.
question of days, one's a
So the
question maybe
Trumat
months.
Hadesh's opinion is, if it's only few days,
22
since it's good to do Motzei Shabbat, do it.
However, if the forecast is bad, he would have a different.
The focus
opinion.
or it's a
Season,
short of a time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot to make it.
You know
every-
the story, my
Larry, would
mother
you-
had a sister
Yeah.
who married an elderly man. He passed away when they didn't have children. And he had a brother in Israel that did not want to marry her or do the release.
Right.
She went to rabbi to rabbi to rabbi. Nobody could give her, if he didn't want to do it. I don't know the reason. She had to wait till he passed away. Then she married,
Yeah,
but she
yeah,
was
it
too
is.
late to have children.
You see,
She never had children.
you see, Mel, we're not talking about cases
Rabbi
like
around the
this
world,
that the
she
woman might suffer. Everyone would agree that if the woman is a safek, maybe she becomes a guna, you'll do it in the middle of the night also. Yeah, there's no question about it. No question about it.
It's the same thing you said. This Birkat HaLebanah in Israel in a certain time of the season is guaranteed.
So the
Guaranteed you're going to get sun every day. We don't have it here, and I guess it's hard for us to understand a guarantee tomorrow is going to be a moon.
And again, we began with the question. Maran agrees that the mitzvah can be done right away.
But
What gives Maran the right to tell you, Sephardic man, Hasidic man, to wait 7 days? This is exactly the answer. Because I still have 7 other days, you understand? This is exactly the point.
But what other halacha? Give me-
Kabbalistic source tell me, Pooh, the answer is, if the Kabbalistic source says it's better to wait 7 days, and I still have,
the margin of error.
this is the point. And this is why we looked in the Mishnah Berurah first. I mean, it's a classic example how you learn a Gemara in a totally different way.
One subject from another.
Like
Concept
in
is
a
the
brit milah, person has a
Oh,
choice to have
oh.
10 people in the morning or to make a
You-
big
you-
party
Eli
in the
says-
afternoon.
Eli says, if I make the Brit Milah at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll have 10 people. If I do it in the afternoon, I have 99 people. You do it in the morning, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah,
Now,
but that's still
There's no
within-
Persumeni Sa there, Rabbi. That's not
That's not a
Persumeni
fair
Sa. It's
comparison.
Zidi Zut, it's not. Zidi Zut on the Brit Milah.
what I want you to remember is, what we spoke now is, Shehuyei mitzvah lo mashina. Okay, fine. Because the other question is, on Shabbat, in Beit HaMikdash, you bring a korban in the afternoon, correct? Okay, well, I have to do it. To take the limbs and put it on the Mizbeach is a Chelul Shabbat. Why should I do it on Shabbat? I can wait till Motzei Shabbat. Here, this is an open contradiction. The answer is, okay.
It's Shabbat, it's a big consideration.
We might-
You know, but every mitzvah that we have is so much time, is time bound. I don't say, it's gonna rain on the first night of Sukkot. I'm gonna wait to the third night of Sukkot. I mean, you didn't give me another, you didn't give me another example.
We're going to revisit it. We're going to revisit the issue. I mean, it's a fascinating.